Have you ever watched something that didn't just entertain you, but changed you? An anime that made you question life, morality, or your place in the world. These are more than shows. These are stories that demand to be seen before the end. Here are 10 must-watch anime before you leave this world. How many have you seen? 10. Monster. Would you save a life if it meant unleashing something evil? In Monster, a young neurosurgeon named Dr. Kenzo Tenma makes a choice that haunts him for the rest of his life, saving a young boy who later becomes a cold-blooded killer. What follows is a slow-burning psychological journey through post-Cold War Europe, where the line between good and evil is blurred at every turn. It's not about action. It's about the horrifying depth of human nature and the consequences of a single decision. 9. Your Name. Kimi no Na wa. What if the person meant for you is someone you've never met? This film tells the story of Taki and Mitsuha, two strangers who begin swapping bodies across time and space. What begins as a light-hearted connection evolves into a race against fate, memory, and the unstoppable passage of time. With breathtaking animation and a soul-stirring score, Your Name is a deeply emotional reflection on love, longing, and connection, even in the face of tragedy. 8. One Piece. What would you risk to chase a dream? Don't let the episode count scare you. One Piece isn't just long, it's legendary. At its heart, it's the story of Monkey D. Luffy and his crew, who sail the seas chasing a mythical treasure. But beyond the humor and adventure lies a profound tale of sacrifice, found family, generational trauma, political oppression, and the value of freedom. It's a living world filled with rich history and unforgettable moments that reward you every step of the journey. 7. Steins, Gate. If you could undo one tragedy, what would you sacrifice? Steins, Gate begins quietly. A self-proclaimed mad scientist and his friends stumble upon the ability to send messages into the past. But when innocent experiments turn into deadly consequences, the show evolves into a devastating exploration of time, fate, and the crushing weight of responsibility. Beautifully paced, emotionally rich, and mind-bending, this is a must-watch for anyone who loves intelligent science fiction with heart. 6. Spirited Away. Have you ever stepped into a world you didn't understand and come out changed? Spirited Away is Studio Ghibli's crown jewel and the only anime to win an Academy Award. It tells the story of Chihiro, a young girl who enters a spirit world and must work in a bathhouse for gods to save her parents. But beneath the fantasy lies a meditation on identity, courage, environmentalism, and the fragile beauty of childhood. Every scene is alive with meaning, and it stays with you long after it ends. 5. Cowboy Bebop. Can you ever escape your past, or do you just learn to live with it? Set in a stylized, jazz-fueled future, Cowboy Bebop follows bounty hunters drifting through space. Each episode is self-contained, but as the series unfolds, we discover broken pieces of each character's history, loss, regret, redemption. This is anime at its most poetic, a timeless blend of noir, western, and science fiction. And it ends with a single word that says it all: bang. 4. Neon Genesis Evangelion. What happens when the people meant to save the world are the ones most broken? Evangelion is a psychological and philosophical deconstruction of the mecha genre. It starts as a battle between giant robots and alien beings, but quickly becomes something much deeper. A story of mental illness, isolation, identity, and existential despair. Its symbolism is complex, its characters are raw, its message is unforgettable. By the end, you're not just watching a show. You're confronting something inside yourself. 3. Attack on Titan. If everything you believed was a lie, would you still fight for it? Attack on Titan begins with humanity on the brink, walled in and hunted by monstrous titans. But what seems like a survival story becomes an epic about power, oppression, and the cost of vengeance.
Just like that.
Every season escalates in scale, theme, and emotional depth, until you realize there are no heroes here, only choices, and every choice has a consequence.
Humanity. Cattle.
2. Death Note. What would happen if a human had the power of a god? Light Yagami finds a notebook that kills anyone whose name is written in it. What follows is a moral thriller, a battle of intellect between Light, who seeks to reshape the world, and L, the mysterious detective determined to stop him. It's a masterclass in tension, strategy, and ethical ambiguity. Not just gripping, but deeply unsettling in its questions about justice and power. 1. Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood. What would you give to undo a mistake that cost you everything? Two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, lose everything in an alchemic attempt to bring their mother back to life. Their journey to make it right takes them across a country filled with war, corruption, gods, and impossible truths. Brotherhood is perfectly paced, beautifully animated, and emotionally resonant, blending action, philosophy, and character in a rare balance. It's not just a great anime. It's one of the greatest stories ever told. Some stories entertain you. Others awaken something inside you. These 10 anime don't just deserve to be watched. They deserve to be remembered. So if you haven't seen them yet, what are you waiting for? If this list made you feel something, or helped you find your next favorite anime, consider hitting like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a story like these. And if you've got a favorite anime that should have made this list, drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it.